All right, everyone. Thanks for having us. Monica, you especially. If you hadn't put in all that effort in the beginning, we wouldn't have been able to meet each other and have all the fun that we've had these past couple of weeks. You're great. You all are. I wish we could stay longer, but homework is kind of a thing, and I've procrastinated long enough. Procrastinated. See you all tomorrow. Hey, what are you talking about? Is it illegal for me to be cheerful too? I know you're the token ray of sunshine. I mean, you've been that way since we were kids, but you've got to give me a chance, you know? I can be a happy guy too. I just needed the right group of people to open up with and be vulnerable around. Speaking of which, thank you so much for inviting me to join the literature club. I'm sure the anime club would have been nice, but I think I'd get lost in the crowd. I believe our small size is a strength for the literature club. It allows us to get to know one another so much better. Also, I think the poem writing has allowed me some well needed introspection. It's been really great these past couple of weeks, and I've got none other than you, Monica, and Natsuki's cupcakes to thank. No, of course I'm kidding. I would have come back anyways, even if Natsuki wasn't the best baker in the universe. But it was just another small thing that signaled to me that the literature club would be a good time sink for me. The feeling of loneliness is crushing, and I'm pretty sure no one was buying my I'm a cool guy face. It's much nicer to be the me that you've always known me as, not some persona made up to impress inconsequential strangers. Speaking of which, are you alright? Well, you haven't seemed yourself lately. Sorry if I seem too concerned. It's just that usually you're pretty open with me, and when you dismissed me earlier during club time, it really stuck with me. You've always been a bundle of sunshine, but don't let that make you think I despise anything different. You're only human, and I'm sure you've gotten more than a few worries hidden behind that wall of joy and happiness. I'm not really asking you to tear down all your walls for me. That'd be selfish on my part and potentially quite dangerous for you. I'm merely asking that you allow me a little peek so I can do some legwork as your best friend to help make you feel better. Of course you're blue, but what about? If you won't tell me straight, then I'll have no choice but to believe the tall tales that Monica has been telling me. Oh, so now I've got your attention. No, don't worry. It was just some silly things about how I'm on what's your mind, or words, how I'm on your mind. And the only reason I see you as such a happy person is because that's just the way you are around me. Uh, I didn't believe it for a second. I couldn't. We've been best friends since forever, and I'm pretty sure you'd tell me straight to my face if you thought I was cute or whatever. I'm sure it would have been awkward at first, but if you really felt that way, I'd be happy to listen. What? Can't a man have his fantasies? You're an amazing person, of course. I've had silly dreams about dating you. You know, I actually had a stupid idea of writing a love poem just for you and giving it to you when we exchanged poems tomorrow. I'd show the others a normal poem to the start, and then surprise you with the lovey-dovey one at the end. I think sometimes you can be pretty good at hiding your true feelings, so I kind of deduced that a surprise would be the only way to figure out what you really feel. It's stupid, I know. You don't have to think about it. I'll just stick with living vicariously through the characters in my romance novels and not really worry about my love life IRL. As Professor Oak says, there is a time and place for everything, but not now. You'll just forget what I said, and I'll forget what Monica insinuated, and we'll just go on living this cushy BFF life. Oh, really? Well, as long as you're not joking, I'd like to take you up on that offer. Being just friends, I think we were always wary of those walls and wouldn't dare to cross them, but if you'd like to be together in that way, I'd like to look after you. That question about if I'd rather walk home with you or Yuri if she asked me to walk home with her, that really stuck with me too. I know I said I would walk home with you because I thought that was what would make you feel better, but all it seemed to do was spur on your insecurities. I won't deny that Yuri is a fun person to hang around and makes really good oolong tea. She's even a great reading partner and has helped me realize a whole new side of my imagination that I hadn't known existed prior. She's amazing in her own right. And yet, that doesn't make you any less so. You are wonderful in your own ways. And Yuri will never be more than a friend to me. But you've always been more. All the way back when you excitedly pulled my arm across the play yard just to show me the frogs behind the swing sets. I felt something for you then, but I don't think I was mature enough to understand it all those years ago. But now, given all that we've grown, I've been falling for you even more and developing an insecurity of my own. I would have asked you out a whole lot sooner, but I was afraid that you wouldn't want more than just friends, and I'd ruin all that we had built together. You're the light in my world, the reason I get up in the morning. You're sweet, you're cute, and you're unintentionally funny in the most endearing way. The comical faces you make and the adorable sound effects you add to every occasion have stolen my heart away. I've been sad that you've been so withdrawn lately, and I'm glad that I can once again take off another mask and live a little bit closer to my true self. I love you, and I hope you love me too. And, well, more than anything, I hope you realize this isn't all for show. That I do genuinely mean all these things and aren't trying to make you feel better or anything. You are worth my time. And I really would rather walk home with you. You know, not just my time, but you're worth everyone's time in the club. We all adore you and would never, in a million years, want to see you hurting. So, I mean, let's walk back to my place and maybe, I don't know, make out a little to commemorate the occasion. Then, after, we can have a really long talk about all that's been on your mind lately. Ice cream might be involved too. Who knows? We'll see where the wind blows. What do you think? Are you up for it? All right, let's go.